The air raid sirens going off were really the topic of the day here in Jerusalem, and it was quite interesting because it happened about, I'd say, a little over 2 hours ago that the air raid sirens went off, and then you could hear a sort of thump in the distance, at least from where I was here in Jerusalem. And as you said, the Israeli police force now saying that this rocket landed somewhere south of Jerusalem near an Israeli settlement inside the West Bank. But certainly a very bold move. And I can tell you, a lot of people that I've been speaking to here on the ground were absolutely terrified by what happened. Keep in mind that there's never been a rocket fired on Jerusalem since 1970. So people here certainly not used to it. People around the Gaza region, they're used to rocket attacks. They have a sort of system of dealing with it, a routine. But people here absolutely terrified about what's going on. They certainly did not see this coming, Jonathan.
Now, the Israeli army is calling up a lot of men. Is that a signal, or are ground operations really looking likely now?
Well, it's a signal, and ground operations certainly appear to be on the table. And the signal that the Israeli military is trying to send, of course, is that they are very capable and very willing to step up the campaign that is already in full force. Now, in the short term, that'll probably mean additional airstrikes, but in the longer term, that could, in fact, mean a ground assault. There's commentators here in Jerusalem and in Israel who are debating whether or not the Israeli military is really serious and the Israeli government is really serious about starting this ground offensive. But the fact of the matter is that the Israeli military is calling up more and more reserves and is amassing more and more hardware near the border with Gaza. And the message that the Israeli government says it's sending is that, yes, it is very, very much willing to start an offensive in Gaza if it takes that to reach the goals that they want to achieve. One of the things that Prime Minister Netanyahu said is that he believes that the operation so far from an Israeli point of view is going very well, and he says they will see this thing through until they've achieved their objective.